Well, hello, and if we've never met, my name is Vaughn. I'm one of the pastors here at City Hope Church, and I'm sitting with Caitlin today.
Hello.
And she is one of the partners here at City, but she also has her own counseling practice called Nourish, and she's very involved with helping us with some of the counseling here at City. You know, this time of the year, December, is a time of much celebration for many people, but it's also a time when it's sometimes a little bit hard for some people. And Caitlin and I were busy chatting and thought we would take some time to put together some short video clips, just some city support video clips, we're calling them, to speaking to different situations that some of you might find yourself in, particularly at this time of the year. And so today we're going to be taking a look at comfort and loss. And next video, next week, we're going to be looking at the idea of waiting, because we're often thinking about goals and desires for next year, but as we do that, we think about what hasn't been realized in this last year. And then the last one, we're going to be taking a look at loneliness. And so, Kate, I was busy looking at or speaking to somebody the other day, and they just said this to me. They said they're so needing God's comfort right now. And I'm sure that there are many people in that place.
Yeah.
And many of the people I speak to aren't just looking for comfort because they've lost a loved one. Sometimes a dream has been lost, a job has been lost, and maybe sometimes it's even their health that has been lost. What would you say to people that find themselves in that kind of place?
Yeah, so I think the first thing I would say is that it's absolutely natural to find yourself in a place of needing reassurance. When you need reassurance of love, of hope, peace, and also just a sense of joy. And so it can often be the case that if you've been through something, especially loss, you find yourself feeling very uncertain, you have that grief, and you're just needing someone to say it's going to be okay. But sometimes it can also be quite hard to believe that. And so the first thing I want to say is that it's quite normal to be in that space, and it's okay. What really matters in the situation is what we do with that need for comfort. And often, this is also a very natural human tendency, so you have to have compassion on yourself if this is what you do, because we do all do it, is we seek comfort in creation. So we look for comfort in perhaps our relationships or other people. It might be material things like possessions. And that's all normal. And it can be okay in the short term, but it's not sustainable because, you know, people can disappoint us. They might not be available when we need them, or material possessions just become not enough. And this is all in the sense that the fullness you might experience initially when you get those things for comfort will start to empty and become unsustainable. And so the true source of comfort is God. It is the only sustainable source of comfort. He is the only sustainable source. And in 2 Corinthians 1, verses 3-4, it says, "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and God of all comfort, who comforts us in our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God." And so he is the ultimate source of comfort. And many of us know that, but how do we, what happens? How do we come to God for comfort? And there's three key things, and it's in prayer, speaking to him, letting him know your feelings, being honest with him, his word, so seeking his love and grace in the Bible, and then worship. You might not feel like worshiping, but even if you play some worship music or go for a walk just to spend time with God, you will find that you start to be reassured of his character and feel his love come over you again. And that's not to say that the feelings of despair or whatever you go through will vanish immediately, but it is to say that the peace you find with knowing God can be juxtaposed with the feelings you're experiencing at the time.